Hey everyone, it's Skippy. Today, we're going to talk about Natsume's 2023 release of Harvest Moon: The Wind of Anthos. Back in December of 2022, this game was announced by Natsume during the height of Story of Seasons: A Wonderful Life releases and updates, with their launch in Japan in late January of 2023 and the English launch in June of 2023. We don't know exactly when this new Harvest Moon game is going to launch this year, but their webpage does say summer of 2023, which is around its longtime rival, Story of Seasons: A Wonderful Life, game that comes out this summer too. Now, chances are, if you're a big Story of Seasons fan and previous Harvest Moon fan, like myself, you've probably already heard of this game announcement. But as of March 14th, Natsume posted that they'd be sharing its first look at the Wind of Anthos throughout the week, and I am here to show you what we've got so far. They released a total of 10 screenshots of gameplay that I'm going to cycle through since we don't have any video just yet. The plot of the Wind of Anthos is that Anthos was the home of the Harvest Sprites and Harvest Goddess, but about 20 years ago, an unprecedented eruption in the area's volcanic region forced the Harvest Goddess and Sprites to use all their powers to protect the people. They were saved, but the eruption left the villages cut off from one another. Hoping for the people to be reconnected one day, the Harvest Goddess sent a bottle into the ocean with a letter and magic key. She fell into a deep slumber until now, when we, the player, find the mysterious bottle and travel to Anthos to help restore it to its former glory. First, I want to say this is a pretty neat storyline, and here I'm going to list some of the release gameplay mechanics that we know of so far. Discover 5 unique towns with their own seasons, terrain, and villagers while exploring the world of Anthos, searching for harvest wisps, wild animals, and more. Care for livestock such as cows, sheep, chickens, and more, and earn bonuses on your farm for keeping a variety of animals. Woo 5 different bachelors and 5 different bachelorettes, marrying whoever your heart desires. Keep pets such as cats, dogs, parakeets, wolves, and more. Doc Jr. is back with a new and improved Expando farm that lets you easily move your farm around the land of Anthos, and cook multiple dishes in your kitchen at the same time. Okay, so all of this sounds amazing, right? The fact that there are 5 villages with their own seasons and characters is really cool. Considering each village has their own seasons, I bet there are major farming benefits to living in certain ones. With the villagers, I hope that they each have their own unique personality from one another, and that there's a decent amount that live in each village. I'd like to assume that each village has 1 bachelorette and 1 bachelor that lives there, since there are a total of 10 marriage candidates. We can assume, based on the marry whoever your heart desires, means that you should be able to marry any bachelor or any bachelorette, regardless of the gender you are playing. Natsume did confirm that Judy here is a bachelorette, and she is seen speaking with a female character. In Harvest Moon 1 World, marriage between characters of the same gender was not an available option, and I am very happy to see that they've included that into this game. On Judy's screenshot, to further prove this, we can see here that she has a pink flower, her name, and a music note. I believe this indicates romance, the character, and friendship level, because if you look at this screenshot here with Doc Jr., we only have her name and the musical note. And we all know in previous Harvest Moon games, the marriage icon will not show up if they're not eligible for your character to marry. We can tell from these screenshots that this is most definitely a completely 3D game world with elevated graphics compared to its last installment in 2021, shown here with the same male character and Doc Jr. I mean, I cannot even explain how much of a difference this is in terms of quality, of the characters, world, and everything within it. With the new game being so large and its explorative nature, we can see that the minimap here in the corner will be useful for navigating around towns and between villages. We also have a health bar, so it's possible on our adventures we may encounter non-friendly entities. We can also see our stamina bar here as we chop down a huge tree for lumber. The minimap also shows us where characters are when we're close to them, which is very much like Harvest Moon Magical Melody and other installments. Animals galore, of course. I am curious to see what else we can keep on our farms. The sprites for the animals look very cute, and I can really enjoy them and their appearances. The fact that we can keep dogs, cats, and even parakeets plus more is super awesome. Our house looks pretty cool too, with a lot of space for decorating and seems pretty functional. And the notion that we can move our farm to other villages has a very magical essence to it. That makes me wonder just how far away each village is from one another and how fast you can get there. We do see the main character on a horse in the middle of a large field, so my guess is that if you plan on staying in one area for a long time, the ability to move your entire farm will be very useful, especially if you want a change of pace in the outside world. Now, from these screenshots, you can tell that the character customization is variable to include different hair color, eye color, and I assume skin color, based on the last game. We've only seen 1 male version and 1 female version, so I'm hoping that they've added a variety of hairstyles and eye shapes or face shapes to choose from too. The outfits appear to be the same as well from these screenshots, but it's too early to tell if you can change these. I like that the background is blurred when you're speaking to someone. I know not all of you may like that, but I think it provides a sense of focus or quality within the game, and overall I love the updated graphics in this one, especially the night sky with the harvest moon. I'd like to think some of the ground could be more detailed up close and far, but the lighting in this game is very nice, and these are all very early release screenshots that may change before the game comes out in the next few months. But there are some really great detailed pieces in here, like the plants and the buildings. I'd also like to look at our clock here, and this verifies that time will move by the second and not by every 10 seconds. I'd like to think that this means the days will be very long. This also shows that it's the 19th of the month, meaning we should see full 30-day months or close to, and if time moves as slow as it did in the previous Harvest Moon games by the second, I can't imagine how long this will actually take. I'd also like to point out that the HUD is very simple and not distracting from the rest of the game. I definitely like the layout and the minimalism here. I don't know about you guys, but what do you think about these screenshots? It's definitely not what I was expecting when I heard about the release in December. If Harvest Moon is trying to compete with Story of Seasons this summer, I believe they've got some solid ground to stand on this time around. My only hope is that this game releases as polished as it should and has a rich story to engage us all. I definitely will give this one a try when it comes out. What are your thoughts on this? Are you gonna try this one? I will keep you all updated on big batches of new content and a release date when we see it coming. I'd like to hope that this should release at the same time in Japan as it does in the West, given they haven't said either for either option. And I will be very pleased if this will release on multiple platforms such as Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, and PC since One World did too. But there is no confirmation on this just yet. And as always, thanks for watching, and check out the other content on my page and subscribe if you aren't already for more updates on this game, and ones like it. I'll see you in the next one.